Well, first of all, I'd like to thank, all the people at the Rose Bowl. This has always been a first-class venue to be a part of. The people here, the Capital One, and in Dallas to make this transition to where it was pretty seamless for the players. I'd like to congratulate Notre Dame's team on an outstanding year and, um, a tough game for us. And then I'd like to also congratulate our team who, um, they played really well all year long. They've earned the right to be here. It's always an honor to say you know, won a playoff game and won a Rose Bowl, which is, got great tradition. And our players are excited about that, and they've earned the right now to play in the national championship games. So be kind of up to them to see, how we manage that and how we get ready to go down to Miami and play in that game. But I'm really proud of the way our players have handled disruptions, all year long. I know this has been a difficult season for fans, players, coaches managing their team, but I think this is good for everyone when we have these games and people have something to be interested in and players have the opportunity to compete. So we're excited about this. This was a great win for us. We knew this would be a tough game, and it certainly was. And, we'll learn what we need to learn from it so that we have a chance to improve and get better. But I was really excited for, Patrick and Smitty to be honored as players of the game. But as both guys said, not everybody gets honored, but everybody contributes to the success of the team. And it's that way in life sometimes. You do great things, but you don't get recognized. So it's part of it. And we had a lot of players do a lot of great things to be able to get here and also to have success today.
Thank you, Coach. We will now go to questions. Reminder, use the raise hand function if you'd like to ask a question. Our first question will come from Dennis Dodd. Dennis, go ahead.
Football games.
I'm good. Thank you.
There is no other story, just a winner.
All right, your next question.
All right, our next question will come from Chris Vanini. Chris, go ahead. Chris, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes. All righty, we'll come back to Chris. Our next question will go to Aaron Suttles. Aaron, go ahead.
Nick, the last few times you guys have played, the defenders have chosen to drop a lot of guys into coverage, sort of make you work down the field, but we've also seen you guys winning. Is there a comfortability knowing that you guys can play sort of any style that you need to win?
Well, I think you have to be able to play every style. I think that if people get a beat on you in terms of, what is successful against you and you don't have answers for it, then everybody's going to do it and they're going to take, a lot of things away. I think the thing that was a little tough for us in the second half is we didn't run the ball very effectively in the second half. We wanted to try to take the air out of it, at the end of the game. Didn't have much success. They had the ball for almost the entire last 8 minutes of the game. And but we have to be able to finish, a little bit better, regardless of what style of defense anybody's going to try to play against us. And I'm sure we'll learn from it and hopefully do better the next time.
Alrighty, our next question will come from Stephen Smith. Stephen, go ahead.
Coach, first and foremost, congrats on the win. But one of the guys that stepped up was DeMarco Helms. What have you seen from him in the secondary this season, especially in the games where he's really come on?
Well, DeMarco has played well for us all year long. He just hadn't had, a lot of opportunities. DeMarco is a smart guy. He understands the system and the scheme. He's a good tackler. He's physical. And we knew that they were going to be a physical team, so, we chose to play him today a little bit more, and he did a really good job. So, but he's done a really good job in practice, and I think that's the key to the drill, and he deserved the opportunity to play, and I think he did a pretty good job for us today.
All right, our next question will come from Chris Daly. Chris, go ahead.
Hey, Nick. Smitty had another dominant performance tonight. Do you think this cements his Heisman Trophy chances?
We love it when our players get recognized, and Smitty has done as much for our team as any player could do for any team. So, you know, we're so happy that he was recognized as College Football Player of the Year. I don't get the opportunity to see all players play and really know exactly, what they've done for their team. I'd love to see another one of our players win the Heisman Trophy, and Smitty has done as much for our team as any other player who did win the Heisman Trophy, and they did a great job too. So, um, I just don't like to make predictions about things, and um, I love it when our players, get recognized, and it would be a tremendous honor for him if that happened.
Our next question will come from Mike Rodak. Mike, go ahead.
What was the explanation given to you for the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty at the end?
Oh, I was just, out on the field about 2 steps because I was yelling at one of our linebackers who didn't drop in the right direction, which I've done that pretty much all of my career. And it wasn't during a live ball. It wasn't. So, and I guess technically you're not supposed to do that. But I mean, I'm not. Look. I'm not criticizing anybody. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I've been a head coach for 20-some years, and I've never been called for that. But I got called today, and I'll have to do better next time.
Our next question will come from Nick Hamilton. Nick, go ahead.
Congratulations on the win, Coach Saban. Want to get your thoughts on just Patrick Surtain as far as what makes him so difficult and what makes him so swift as far as being in the secondary and be able to make those coverages and make those special plays.
Well, Patrick is got great size. He's got great speed. He's very instinctive. Very good athlete. Can change the direction. Good cover guy, and he's really smart. He does a great job of preparing for the game. So he really knows, what he has to do in a game to have success against whoever he's got to cover. We ask our corners to do a lot of bump and run, and him and Josh have both done a pretty good job, all year long. So Patrick has played phenomenally well for us, and good to see him get recognized tonight as a defensive player.
Our next question will come from Brett Hudson. Brett, go ahead.
To go back to opposing defenses kind of sagging back and playing a more conservative style of defense, what are some of the checks that Sarkisian has made to go against that, and how have the players executed those?
Well, I think when people play us that way, you got to take what the defense gives. Mac threw a couple check downs tonight, which become catch and run plays for you. They're not the big time explosive plays that we sometimes make, but they do keep the chains moving. I think Najee had a couple great catch and runs today. I think he dropped one. But I don't really think that there's anything from a style standpoint that is not something that we can attack, and that we'll have to attack it in the future. And when people play zone and they sag off, you got to throw the ball and take what they give. The key to the drill is if you don't get in long yardage situations, they don't really have the opportunity to do that, because you can't do that on 3rd and 4 or you still make a first down. So to have more positive plays on 1st and 2nd down so you don't get in long yardage situations, which we got in too many long yardage situations today, especially in the second half, and we didn't convert. So, but if we make those 3rd down and 4, 5, and 6, then it's hard to play that way and really stop them playing zone.
Our next question will come from Joseph Goodman. Joseph, go ahead.
Nick, congratulations on the victory. I was wondering how you teach Najee Harris how to jump over whole football players.
Well, I actually tried to teach him not to do it, and it didn't work. But anyway, for a big guy, it's pretty amazing that he can do that. And he's kind of got a great feel when a guy's going to try to cut him, which a lot of guys, smaller DBs, will all try to cut tackle, bigger backs. And when he sees that head go down, man, he'll go over top of him in a heartbeat. So, and it's been very effective for him.
Our next question will come from Michael Casagrande. Michael, go ahead.
Yeah, just wonder if there's any health update for injured players. Christian Harris,
Malachi Moore wasn't out there. Any update on them?
Malachi Moore is day to day. He injured himself a little bit in the Florida game. He was able to practice on and off, but it's the type of injury that exercise aggravates it. So he wasn't able to go today. Really nothing else that, Christian Harris we just took out because we didn't want him to get hurt. He was getting a little sore, which the injury that he has will do that on occasion. But he played through it, and he could have finished the game, and we just didn't. We just took him out.
All right, our next question will come from Chris Vanini. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, Nick, you've obviously coached in the Rose Bowl before. What did you kind of make of this setting and kind of everything around it?
Well, we've played here. I think this was our 5th time that we've played here. We were actually supposed to play USC here this year, and in AT&T Stadium, Cowboy Stadium. So we've played here before. I think this is one of the finest venues in college football. I don't think that there's anything quite like the Rose Bowl. There's the tradition, the setting, the mountains. It's just a phenomenal experience to play in the Rose Bowl. I wish our players would have gotten that opportunity, but at the same time, these people did a phenomenal job of the transition from the Rose Bowl to here. The playoff folks, the Capital One folks, the people here in Dallas, as well as the Rose Bowl folks. And it was pretty seamless for our players, and they enjoyed the opportunity to be able to play in the Rose Bowl, even though they had to play here in Dallas, which is really a great experience for players as well.
All right, our last question for Coach Saban will come from AP Stedham. AP, go ahead.
Congratulations, Coach. Coach, did you notice any surprises from Notre Dame on offense, defense, or special teams? Did they have anything for you today?
Well, they did a lot of shifting and motioning and shifting in and out of unbalanced formations, which I didn't think our players managed very well in the first half. They had a good plan against us, and they do a great job. I think Brian Kelly is a great coach, and his entire staff deserves a lot of credit for the plan they put together to play against us, as well as all the things that they've done all season long to get here. Their players really play hard. They play with great discipline. They did a good job of stopping the run in the second half. They plugged backers and did a really good job from that standpoint. But I think that when you play in games like this, you know that the other team practices too. So they're going to do something different and try to take advantage of something that you maybe didn't do so well on at some point in time during the season. And the players really have to be able to adjust in the game. I tell our players that all the time, and we certainly had to do some adjusting today. I think our players did a good job of it. And then, in the fourth quarter, the game kind of changed a little bit, and they started throwing it all over like 2 minute, which was a little different, but not different for what they've done in the past, but something that they're very effective at as well.
All right, thank you, Coach. That's it for this post-game news conference. A transcript provided by ASAP Sports.